So here is the back of the Roman shade headrail, and to start to disassemble the headrail you want to take off the end cap, just like this. This one's been taken out a few times before, so it's a little easier than most. And then this cover here has 3 pins in it, and these need to be taken out in order to get the top off. And the easiest way to do that is with a pen, but I happen to have a pin handy. So when I push that through, you can see that the first one comes out, and then the second one, just like that, and the third one, just like that. So now I have all 3 of these, we call them end cap buttons, and then I can take this end cap off. And one of the important things you'll see is that these cords all come through their own windows. I like to think of them as individual windows, where there's a window there, a window here, a total of 6 windows in that end cap, and I want all the cord paths to have separate windows to come through, so there's no tangling when the cords come out of the end cap. And it's also very important, once the end cap is assembled, that the release cord, which is this one here with the loops on it, is positioned here, and the lift cord always goes over this little steel sleeve. Looks like that. And that's very important to ensure that the cords don't eat into the plastic when the shade is being raised. So that's what it should look like when the cords are coming out of the headrail and before you reassemble them. So in this case, I'm going to take the end of the last tassel that's on this this connection, for the purposes of showing how we're going to re-cord this. I'm just going to cut that off and leave the 2 ends that would have been there, and then I'm going to pull the end cap off of here. So take these lift cords out of here, pull them through this loop cord. You'll see that there's little loops that are on this cord that are designed for safety purposes, so that there's not a freestanding loop for children to get their hands into. And then I can take these cords out of here, the lift cords. Give you a little closer view of that. So I'm just going to take these cords out of here. And once I have that off, the next stage is to pull out the cord lock, which looks like this. This black holder we call a cord lock housing, and it just does exactly that. It holds this cord lock in place. Now I can continue to, if I pull on the release tassel, opening up that pin, that allows these cords to pass right through. Anytime I let go, I can't pull on this cord, so if I keep tension on this, I can pull these cords all the way through this cord lock. And now what I've got is a cord lock by itself with its release tassel, with its release cord still attached, and the end cap. So now, just so we can disassemble the whole thing, I'm going to cut this little knot off the end of the release tassel, just like this, and this will come right off, and then this will come right off. So now all I have is the pre-corded cord lock, and you can see that the way this works is that as this cord is pulled from the release tassel, when it's attached to the release tassel, it raises that little pin up and allows the cords to pass through underneath, and as soon as pressure is released, there's a spring inside that brings this little pin down on top of the lift cords and squashes them and stops them from moving any further, holding the shade in place. To take that out, if for any reason it's become damaged, there's a little knot on the very end of this. maybe a little too close, right about here you can see it. This little knot right here. And if I take that out of the end, that's the only thing holding that whole thing in place. So now I can pull the whole loop cord right back through the cord lock. Now there's no cords attached to it whatsoever. So now I'm going to restring this cord lock with the release cord first. So this part is a little delicate, not so easy for a guy with fingers like mine, but I'm going to take this cord, I'm going to put it inside the cord lock here, and it's going to come out between these two little pins, just like that. And when I do that once, I'm going to want to come back through and bring this now over the top of that pin and out, so that I have this cord right here. And then I'm going to go round one more time, again behind that first pin there, and then out through the front of the two pins in the front of the cord lock, just like that. So now what I've done is I've really just created a pulley around the two pins, and as I keep pulling this down, I'm going to eventually get to the knot that I have in the end of this cord already. Typically we'll just put a single knot in, and then we'll burn the end to stop the knot from unraveling. So if I put that knot back into its little pleat here, and then as I pull that through, the knot will seat itself in there, and now the pulley is working as it was before. So really this release cord is wrapping around one of the pins, two of the pins inside, and causing the body of the part to move. It's now ready to have the lift cords put back through.